What's up? What's up? What's up? Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Let's get into it. It's been a minute. What are you guys up to? Let's catch up. Let's catch up. But before we get started, this show is going to be sponsored by La Choy Yum Yum. If you don't know about this Yum Yum sauce, it's yum. I'm going to drop it below in the link. A good recipe I just made with some Yum Yum chicken, okay? Anyway, guys, what is going on? We're going to have some fun tonight. Pull up, grab some popcorn, potato chips, whatever you're sipping on, and let's just get at it. So what do you guys, how's your week been? Let me turn this down. I'm getting new in here with all my little gadgets. What's new with you guys? Huh? Let me know in the comments. What's everyone been doing? Working, traveling, vacation, taking care of their kids, taking care of the elderly people. I'm so nosy. I want to know, right? What have I been doing? Just working. And look at me, just hanging out with you guys on a Saturday night because it be like that sometimes. I don't really want to be in the streets. Before I get any further, I am in Florida. So I want to just say a moment of prayers and our silence for everyone at FSU, Florida State University. It was just so tragic. Just keeping all the family and the students and everybody in our thoughts and prayers during these horrific times. I really wish things would get better. I hate to come on here and be negative because Miss Negativity, I am not, but that's a part of the reality of the life that we live in. Anyway, so on that note, have y'all been keeping up with the Diddy? Is my mic working? Let me know. Let me test it out. Testing 1 2 3, 1 2 3. I don't know. I'm gonna get a new mic. I'm working on the lighting. I got a little sound system going on. I'm gonna eventually get something going with my mic. Anyway, 15 days to jury selection. Did you hear that your boy Diddy Doo Wop Diddy Doo Wop? I'm from the Bronx, guys. Don't pay me no mind. I'm gonna act a fool. I'm just here to have fun and and act a fool. No, but seriously, Diddy wanted. He was like, his ego. This dude's ego was like his money. Money just makes you so powerful. And his attorneys were like, "Ah, man, get an apartment in New York. You're gonna be good. We're gonna put you on house arrest. You're just gonna check in for one day, 24 hours, 48 hours. You're gonna be back home. You're gonna get bond. You're gonna be." Of course, they denied them not once, not twice, but 3 times. They didn't want the $50 million. They didn't want his family's passports. They didn't want anything. They didn't want it. So now he was like, because he wanted to get out of jail, it was like, hurry up, speedy trial, speedy trial. Now that they see, because they're going with second indictment, third indictment, superseding indictment, about to hit him with the guns and the drugs and this and that and whoop de whoop. He's like, so now they're hitting him with paperwork. The feds are giving him like 3,000 pages of paperwork every day, just bury him, going to the warehouse, this box, that back. They going back 20 years, 15 years. They didn't even hit him with the Tupac. They didn't even hit him with the Tupac stuff yet. They trying to bring J-Lo. They trying to bring the whole club scene back up in there. Anyway, so now Diddy's dream team, they're like, we not ready. Okay, let's get it 2 months. You sit in jail for 2 more months. Give us 2 more months. Let's push it back. He thought he was going to, first they were like, okay, we'll give you 2 weeks. Nah, man, 2 weeks is not enough. We need 2 months. Judge come back and said, no. We starting on May 12th as planned. Jury selection on the 5th. So May 5th it is. Are y'all ready? Get ready or not. It's moving like lightning train. I'm telling you, if you miss a week, if you don't miss a week, so much happens in a week. I can't even remember everything that happened this week. I'm just even going to freestyle it. I don't have no PowerPoint. I don't have no notes. I ain't got nothing. All I know, they said was looking real skinny and he got gray hair. And who do you think? I came on here because I was like, do y'all think the 4 slave? Okay, the last live I did, we went through the 4 victims. Allegedly. Everything I'm saying here is allegedly. Everything's allegedly. that I thought that they were. Remember we went through that? We went through the 4, but they added a 5th one. Who's the 5th one? Is it a minor? Is it a male? Is it a female? Is it a worker? We didn't figure out who the 5th one. So we were saying, first of all, number 1 is Cassie because she's not going anonymously. And supposedly in the charge, she was on the video. All right, so that we know. The second one was a girl that was Cassie's friend that he hung over the balcony. Then there is Gina, who talked about she got domestic violence when she was pregnant. And then the last one that I thought was going to be Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mother. Only because they said it was someone he was dealing with last year in 2024. And I don't think it was Young Miami because Young Miami already said, I don't have no issues with him. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me, disagree? But I want to know now the forced labor. Do you think it was the chef? Y'all think it's the chef? I think it's the chef. Is the chef going to come in and testify? Let me share my screen and then you can see what I'm talking about. All right, let's go. You know how I get when it's time to share my screen. I start getting all discombobulated, but I think I got it under control. Okay, her. She looks a little Middle Eastern. Cindy Rueda, maybe she's Indian. Diddy's ex-chef suing for sexual harassment and more, but jury won't hear the case. So the jury threw it out, and this was in 2017. That's 8 years ago. How come the jury threw it out? But I want to know if she's the one with the forced labor. I'm going to go ahead and read the article. Y'all let me know. So in Los Angeles, the employment violation alleges filed against Diddy for his former personal chef who says that she was subject to sexual harassment and forced to work long hours without being fully compensated for overtime will be heard by an arbitrator rather than a jury. Judge ruled today. Now, of course, you know she signed an NDA, right? Because she went to the house to go work with him. She signed an NDA. Let's see what else she alleged. Plaintiff Cindy stated in a sworn declaration filed in connection with her lawsuit against the rapper, producer, singer that she offered work from 9 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Daily after signing an agreement to become a personal chef in 2015, she claimed she was not giving additional income on the days that were required for her to work late or travel with Diddy. But Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Elizabeth Allen White said she signed an employment agreement that, among other things, called for her to arbitrate any work-related disputes. This is really a plain vanilla arbitration agreement granting a motion by Diddy's lawyer to compel arbitration. White rejected plaintiff's attorney argument that the language of the document was skewed unfairly in the favor of Diddy as the employer. The judge put the case on hold pending the outcome of the arbitration and set a post-arbitration status conference for August 7, 2018. Okay, so she decided whether or not she should appeal. She attended today's hearing, said her declaration, her duties included shopping for groceries, stocking the house and kitchen with food, clearing and organizing the pantry and preparing meals for Diddy's and his guests. So she was a home chef. In the lawsuit filed May 8th, August, the 47-year-old Diddy, age 47, whose real name is Sean Combs, alleges she would often work long hours and travel with him, sometimes for up to 2 weeks, without receiving any additional pay. She says she initially worked only weekends and some weekends when she was hired in April 2015. Okay, this sounds like a real handshake agreement. Come in at 9, leave at 1. I'm gonna hit you with a per diem pay. Everything's all love. I got this lifestyle. I'm gonna travel for 2-3 weeks. You want to come with me on the road? Sure. So she agreed, but now she's saying she's wanted to sue. She wasn't being compensated, but the judge said they wasn't going to hear her case. It wasn't going to go to trial. She also alleges she was exposed to harassing and hostile work environment. All right, here we go. We already know that this could get a little hostile. Here we go. She said she arrived late because of traffic and that Diddy presented the house guest Gina, yelled and cursed at her and then asked, "Can you see I have company?" So he was in the house with Gina. She got stuck in traffic. She showed up late and Diddy cursed out. Okay. Then Cindy apologized to Diddy and Gina, and that the singer told her immediately prepare breakfast and serve it in his bedroom. So Gina was like, "Go make me breakfast and serve it in his bedroom." Okay, so that sounds like a slave move. You go prepare breakfast and serve it to him. Okay. Cindy says that when she finished making breakfast, she brought the food to Diddy's bedroom and knocked first, then entered to set up the meal. Upon entering, she noticed that Combs and his guests were indisposed and engaging in the hanky panky. Cindy also alleges that in June 2015, Diddy's manager commented on the size of her lips and that he and one of the bosses asked a number of sexual questions. She says one of her bosses told her to sign a confidentiality agreement as well as promise to arbitrate any labor disputes. She says she asked if someone could review the agreement because she did not understand it, but the supervisor told her not to share the paperwork with anyone or the offer would be rescinded and she would be fired. Damn. So they give you an NDA and then tell you you can't share the NDA with anyone or have it reviewed by attorney or you'll be fired. That sounds like straight coercion, right? How do you say it? Yeah. They strong armed her. That's what it sounds like. She says she eventually signed the agreement that her annual salary was $91,000. $91,000. Let me see. She started work at 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. after taxes. Plus, you're in a different tax bracket then, too. I don't know. Was it worth it? Maybe she was taking home 70,000. I don't know her situation. I don't know if she's married, she's got kids. Cindy says that over her objection, she was required to travel with Diddy on 2 trips to Miami, and another one is Joshua Tree National Park to prepare Joshua Tree National Park. What is that? Never heard of that place. I'm nosy. Let's look it up. Joshua Tree National Park. What, he was going there with his kids? Park? Oh, it's in California. California's got beautiful parks like Yosemite National Park. Oh, this is nice. Joshua Tree National. That looks pretty, I guess. She had to go to the park to cook. All right, let me get back on topic. Then it says here, she prepared the meals for his guests. She says she insisted when she signed the offer letter that she was not to travel because she had children to care for and cannot be away from them for long. Okay, I see. All right. Let me see. All right, I stop sharing. So basically, do you guys think? So in 2018, 7 years ago, the chef said she was abused, cursed out, hostile work environment, only agreed to work during the day. She had children at home. He took her on 2 trips, but she wasn't never financially compensated for it. It doesn't say if they settled with the child. She got to check. Is that forced labor? Is that forced labor? That's my question to you. Put a 1 in the chat if you think the chef was the one who's going to come and testify for forced labor. Put 2 if you don't. It seems like a very weak case. It seems like a very weak 2, 3 girlfriends and the chef he forced. Is this RICO? Where's the money coming? There's got to be a silver bullet. There's got to be more. There's so much more that we don't know. We don't know. We know what? 10%? If even that? I don't know. Do you think it's the chef? Forced labor. Let me read real quick what this says. What does forced labor? Let me share my screen. Okay. Let's see. Okay, sharing. All right. Sean Diddy Combs pleads not guilty to forced labor allegations and superseding indictment. Okay, this was in 2023. Sean Diddy Combs pleaded not guilty Friday to new allegations that he forced employees to work long hours with little sleep and threats to get them to comply in his demands. So, employees. So, this isn't just the chef. Employees. It could be security guard. It could be the house manager. Oh, Roger Bonds did say he cursed out the house manager. I did hear Roger Bonds. I think his former security, I think he was on Vlad TV, saying that he had a big fight with the house manager. The new allegations were detailed in a superseding indictment unveiled March 6th. Combs, who appeared in a downtown Manhattan courtroom with newly gray hair and a gray beard, hugged his lawyer at the start of the hearing. He sat and listened as attorneys on both sides of the case discussed various matters with the judge. The hip-hop mogul already faces trial for federal charges of racketeering, conspiracy, blank trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostituting. All part of an alleged sex trafficking scheme that the prosecutor has spanned decades. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges in the case and denied allegations of sexual assault and other misconduct in dozens of civil lawsuits filed by women and men. Mr. Combs has said it before and will say it again. He denies the accusations. He's not guilty. Okay. He looks forward to his day in court. Then it will become clear that he has never forced anyone to engage in acts against their will. The superseding indictment contains no new charges, but it describes Combs' attempts to keep an extreme level of control over his employees, whom he forced to work long hours with little sleep, prosecutors say. Combs made these demands through the use of, among other things, physical force, psychological harm, financial harm, and reputational harm. All right. Okay, let me stop. Oops. Here we go. Forced labor. Several employees. So we have consent. This is what he has to prove to the jury of 12 of his peers in Brooklyn. RICO. He made money off of a criminal enterprise. Who else is in the criminal enterprise? Where is KK? Christina Coham or something. I forgot her last name. Where's KK? Did she make a deal in turn? Is she have immunity and she's testifying against Diddy? And she took a deal. She has immunity. She signed a proffer agreement because they got all the text messages of her. Hey, get the drugs, get the lube, get the baby oil, hire the commercial cleaning, book the two floors in the Mandarin Orient. Right? What happened with KK? So RICO followed the money. Did he have consent? These were his girlfriends. The girlfriends had a lifestyle. They said, "Yeah, I'll take the Chanel bag. I'll take $250,000 a month cash." Young Miami was getting $250, $250,000 a month. What was she doing to warrant $250,000 a month? Now the law says anytime. So if you right now gift me, you like me, you want to give me 10 grand or 20 grand or whatever, that's your prerogative. You got $1 million. You want to give me 20,000, fine. But it's supposed to be reported to the IRS. Who's reporting money that they're giving to their girlfriend or their lover or their boyfriend or whoever? I mean, have you ever heard of such a thing as the gifting money? So consent. Okay, yes, we saw the video. He beat her up. Statute of limitations are up. He's not on trial for that. And even if the state of California did press charges on that, that would have been up to 6 years. A simple battery is 6 months. Assault of domestic violence in the state of California, that's 6 years. But that's past the statute of limitations. So we're not even here. Was that kidnapping? He kidnapped her. He dragged her. He's not on trial for that. Doesn't matter. Does it matter? Does it really matter? Karma. Yeah, it matters, but the judge is gonna say they're trying to throw out the tape. They're trying to throw it out. Anyway, did he have consent? She was in a relationship for 10 years. She couldn't get away. Stockholm syndrome. I was 18. Was on drugs. I don't know. I don't know. I heard the lawyer, Agnophilia, he's going to ask the jury, how do you feel about threesomes? How do you feel about being fluid? How do you feel about multiple partners, having multiples? He's going to ask people, how do you feel about hiring, do you bring orgies into your bedroom, or, all those type of questions, right? And then they're going to say, well, where did the money? Where's the RICO? Where's the money? Forced labor. We said about the chef, right? Forced level. Transportation, carrying people over. How many rappers, basketball players are on tour on the road and they meet a girl, they meet someone they like, and they say, hey, I'm in town for the weekend. Why don't you fly in to come see me? Bring your friends. Bring your friends. I met Digital Underground in Europe. They worked on Tommy Boy Records. I was touring with Latifah. I met them in Germany. Toured all of Europe. I get out. Come to Oakland. Money be all the come to Oakland. I fly out to Oakland. Living in New York. That's just me going to visit friends. That doesn't mean I was trafficked. How could me and my friends come out there to see you guys and we're hanging out in the studio, whatever? It's a very common thing. It's a very, very common thing. So I don't know. But I'm curious to know whatever happened with Ethiopia. Because I think it's the higher. I think if Diddy falls, because everyone I know in the business is just like, why now? They're not saying he did it, he didn't do it, what he been doing 30 years. What is the attack on him? Why now? Because he's got to be protecting somebody on the higher ups. Someone in the higher ups. And my question is, whatever happened with Ethiopia? Remember Ethiopia? Y'all been whoever's here on my live that watches this is playing, y'all are curious about this case, because I do not think anybody has that time to be sitting here listening to me to chit chat for 20 minutes. Y'all got more important things to do. But if you are here, I definitely appreciate you, and go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button. I'm gonna try to be here with this trial. I'm just gonna be here, right? Because ain't nobody else in my house trying to talk to me. Ain't nobody trying to talk to me. So I'm gonna just be up here with you, talking to you, sipping on whatever y'all sip on. What are y'all drinking? I got my cup. Hmm. What about Ethiopia? Let's share my screen again. See, I'm getting better with this. Have faith. I have faith. Uh-oh. Do I have faith? Nah, I messed up. I talked too soon. Here we go. Ethiopia. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name because I know I'm just going to jack it up. Yeah, she's definitely Ethiopian. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name. Habater Marin. I don't even know. I will not testify against Diddy. Now, she was ex Motown CEO, but wasn't she also? Yeah, she's working at Universal Music Group. Didn't they say they had videos of, didn't the feds had allegedly, when they raided his house, they took videos and she was coming through Diddy's house with bags of cash. Bags of cash. Has your boss ever came knocking on your door with a suitcase full of cash? Talking about, here you go. Nice job. Just go ahead and take all this money. Meanwhile, when you go and take all this money, you can just do whatever. Because remember, Bad Boy Records was producing a lifestyle. That's what they do. Like when the kids playing ball right out of high school and the scouts are coming and look at them playing football, basketball, and then you got everybody running up on you. I'm gonna give you this much money. I'm gonna give you that much money. We're gonna give you housing. We'll buy mommy a house with your car. And that's what Bad Boy was like. They were like, yeah, you could go over there and get money. You could go over there and do that. Become the Bad Boy, because at Bad Boy, you're gonna get what? A lifestyle. You're going to get the girls. You're going to get the jet. You're going to get the yacht. You're going to get Ciroc. De Leon. You're gonna get the fur coat and the glitz and the glamour and the Harlem and the Cotton Club and the image of black excellence. And Harlem is the very, showboat. I'm from New York. So Harlem is like the Harlem Renaissance and the Cotton Club, and it was a very upper echelon kind of energy. And I think Bad Boy, they sold the artist, and not necessarily like you're gonna get money or you're gonna get jerked, or but you're gonna get women and you're gonna get trips. You heard with BMF and Diddy and Wolf and them, they would be on the flights and take the whole family and go to Mexico or Irv Gotti, whoever. It's just a lifestyle. And that's really what they were promoting. And I think that's why Ethiopia was coming to his house with all the cash. I'm going to give you the cash so you could pull in the artist and do this lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying it's any money laundering. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying here. If y'all want to think that, y'all, I'm not saying she's money laundering for the record label. I'm not saying that, but you have a brain, so you gotta get. I'm just reading. Listen, guys, I'm just interpreting the information that I hear in my head, and I'm just interpreting it to you. Now, however you want to break it down, you go break it down. But I don't want y'all to be like, that girl online has said yada 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 yada. Okay, let's go back to my screen. Oh, one of these days I'm gonna get better. No. Okay, so here we go. Here's this chick go. Coming with she was at Motown. She's the honoree and the president of Motown Records, president of Urban Music, co-head and creative of Universal Publishing Music Group. Ethiopia speaks on stage during Girls to the Front event benefiting Girls Rock Camp Foundation. Girls Rock Camp Foundation. I wonder if that's Chris Rock's wife. Girls Rock Camp. Is that Malak Hampton Rock, or Chris Rock's wife? I'm saying her name wrong. Okay, after claims surfaced last week that the former Motown CEO Ethiopia would testify against Sean Diddy Combs in his current lawsuit with Rodney Little Rod Jones, she confirmed that she would not. This is according to All Hip Hop. She issued a statement directed that the claims made by Jones' attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, that she would testify against Diddy. Yo, Tyrone Blackburn is something else. That young black attorney, the judge be getting fed up with him. They be like, stop going after celebrities and making stuff up. That's why Little Rod, half of his charges got thrown out because he's just like too action. And he be coming in there with pictures and everything. I am informed and believe that Mr. Blackburn has falsely represented to various social media sites and other media outlets that I agreed to testify against Mr. Combs. This is completely untrue. I have no personal knowledge of any alleged wrongdoing by Mr. Combs, and there is nothing I could testify to that would be against his interest. That's what makes me say that the music business is like a cult. Because everybody's like, see no evil, hear no evil. No, everybody's like, I don't know anything. I never went to a party. I don't know anything. They don't know nothing. Nobody's seen anything. No, Cassie's just crazy. She just made all these victims, all these lawsuits. People making stuff up in their head. This never happened. Okay. Ethiopian was among the group named in Jones' $30 million sexual assault lawsuit filed in Diddy in February following the mogul statement. His ex-girlfriend Cassie for the undisclosed amount, according to the producer lawsuit. Ethiopia alleged sex trafficking workers. She distributed drugs. So she trafficked it. Ooh. She's been accused in a civil lawsuit. She trafficked it, distributed paraphernalia, and participated in a RICO enterprise. I believe it. She denies all the claims in the lawsuit. If I was her, I would have my attorney speak for me. I would not be saying nothing. You're that high up and you're making that money, and the feds got you on video walking in with the suitcase of cash. It could be for anything, though. Being falsely accused of criminal contact is deeply upsetting to me. I did no wrong. I never saw or participated in any alleged racketeering enterprise, and I never saw, aided, and abetted, or tried to conceal any sex trafficking authority. Sort of any. She sounds like KK. Her and KK, they sound the same. KK and Ethiopia, they're like, we don't know anything. We ain't never. They got video, they got text message. Oh, I don't know anything. I ain't never pick up no type of anything. Jones and his attorney dropped Ethiopia from the lawsuit. She refutes Jones' attorney false accusation of her involvement. My counsel provided a revived declaration that addressed the topics. All right. That's enough about that. Okay, so the higher ups are basically like, I don't know anything. I've never seen anything. I've never been anywhere. I never witnessed nothing. And I wasn't involved in anything. And my hands are clean. Well, that's what they're supposed to say, right? Or they just get their lawyer and the lawyer speak for their behalf. So I still say we don't know everything. I think the feds got something else that we don't know about. I don't know what it is. And if I didn't know what it is, I don't know if I would sit up here and I don't even know if I would say it. Is this bad for hip hop? Is this really bad? Is it bad? Oh, this is so bad for hip hop. It's the same thing with models. Victoria's Secret, the model business. What's the difference? You don't think Cindy Crawford never got flown out and the Tyra Banks fly out? Naomi Campbell, we already know she's a madam. I mean, that's how um, Kamora Lee's daughter got caught out there. Aoki, I got her mother. You better go find a billionaire. I don't know what to tell you. We broke. I don't have money for you. Better go. You better go find yourself a sugar daddy and go find a billionaire. And then she goes and finds this 90-year-old billionaire. Next thing you know, she's all over TMZ. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's a smart girl, graduated from Harvard, but her mother's grooming her. Go and chase that money. That's what those billionaires, the yachting club, the yacht clubs, they go on the yachts, they're billionaires, they look at Sports Illustrated. That's why Sports Illustrated started. They go on Sports Illustrated, look, oh, I like that girl. They call up the agency. Oh, she's pretty. How old is she? Oh, yeah, 17, 18. Okay, fly her out. No, but they broker it. It's very common. So why are they like, oh, this is attack on hip hop, this is bad at hip hop? They do it in the model business. It's nothing new. I don't know. Anyway, guys, let me let you go. I'm up here, jacket. Read. Let me know in the comments. I'll be back real quick, and I'll read the comments, and we'll just be back. I hope you guys have fun. But this is about it for tonight. I don't even know. I think next time I'll come back, I might talk about the lawyers. He got that new lawyer. He wanted the lawyer. Well, Alex Shapiro was like, "You ain't getting me," because he's down with Jay-Z. He was like, Alex Shapiro was like, "That ain't gonna happen." So he just got the lawyer who got off ASAP Rocky, right? I think he got him and a couple. But the judge is like, "Come on, man, you got the dream. You have four law firms getting this together. I'm not giving you 2 more months. You got four law firms. Like, what is going on?" Did you hear there was a warrant out for the rest for Christian Combs, Justin Combs, and Cuba Gooding Jr. because they didn't answer they had a civil lawsuit and they were supposed to show up in court and they didn't answer it, so the judge put a warrant out. What's up with these kids? They don't want to go to court for themselves, but they sure be showing up to their court for their daddy. They gonna learn. You better show up to them court cases. You better learn. They're like, oh, I got money and pay it off and da 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 da. These kids better go to court. Or if you don't want to go to court, at least have your lawyer show up for you. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, let me go. I got all dressed up to come on here. Next time I'll be here with my baseball cap. I got all dressed up to come on here. I'm telling you, next time I'm gonna just put on my hoodie,
and a baseball hat, and we're gonna be like all like that.
Let me go.